We're here live for Tuesday Takeover here at Sleeper Sports Media under the umbrella of the Sleeper Sports Media podcast. And we're going to review Monday Night Raw results, preview NXT as well, and go over Crown Jewel results and go over all the latest updates, as well as talk about the Steelers. Hopefully, if some people join in a little bit later, we're going to go for a little bit here about 40 minutes roughly, give or take, because I had to do a little bit of research here. For 20 minutes, I did not get to watch Raw. I'm going to watch that tonight, as well as going to watch NXT, and I have a meeting as well to get some coverage on some independent wrestling here in the North Carolina area. If you're new here to Sleeper Sports Media, be sure to subscribe. Double tap the screen to send it out into the algorithm. I'm on 3 bars of LTE. I don't even know if this is still live, or if it's buffering or anything like that. So hopefully the service is okay, and we can get through this one with no issues. Again, going to go about 40 minutes more than likely. And then just to get something out, since we did miss Monday minutes as well as Sunday sync. Crazy week with everything with the car and whatnot. So once we get that taken care of, we'll get back onto the regular scheduled programming here at Sleeper Sports Media. But of course, as always, if you're tired of paying for ESPN, Netflix, Peacock, and all the above, be sure to go over to Surfshark with our code. Thanks, brought to you to us by London over at No Dirt Sheets. Sign up with that code, give back to him, give back to us at Sleeper Sports Media, and be able to watch all WWE products, programming, everything right on Netflix, just using the VPN. Also, shout out to our partners as well as No Dirt Sheets, Championship Harvest. We had a great first show for Monthly Mania over on his channel on Saturday. That is again going to be monthly. So we will attack that monthly and reviewing shows that happen and go down, all the latest and greatest over there on his channel exclusive. And this Saturday coming, we will see the return of Saturday Smack Talk. We've had to take a hiatus as both Josh and I have managed and juggled life and everything. So that will return this Saturday. That's brought to you by the Tired Sports Network. But we'll go ahead and get things kicked off here. Also want to shout out Walmart storefront. Anything you need on Walmart, go over to the storefront there in the links below, description below, and help support the channel that way. Also, all the great affiliates that I have that are always listed, and I always talk about: Chime, Cash App, all that good stuff. Without further ado, no one's joined in yet, so hopefully someone will join in at some point. Maybe it's a little too late over in India, which is where the big portion of the responses usually are. As I say that, one person is joined, so whoever is joining, thank you for tuning in. Double tap the screen, leave a like, and let's get talking in the chat there to help me get through this here for about 40 minutes roughly. But hopefully I can get through the results and the preview. And then tomorrow, Wednesday wrap up will feature a preview of AEW as they return back to their normal time slot of 8 p.m. on TBS this week. What's up, Savage Marshmallow? Hi, how are you? Double tap the screen and subscribe. We're reviewing and previewing all the latest in wrestling that's been going on for the last week. So reviewing Crown Jewel, previewing NXT, and reviewing Raw as well. So don't forget to subscribe and double tap the screen to leave a like. Much appreciated. Walking the World. I think you've joined in before, so just double tap the screen there. Thank you for joining. Hi, what's up? We start off Raw with Seth Rollins kicking off the show. Kumar, what's up? Thank you for joining. Be sure all 3 of you double tap the screen there. Thank you for the like there, Kumar. Much appreciated. We had Rollins and The Vision kick off the show. And a lot of people probably already know what went down in the main event. But Rollins basically was taking credit for everything for Breaker's success and his breakthrough to the main roster. We had him taking credit for Bronson Reed destroying Roman Reigns. We had him taking credit for defeating Cody Rhodes on his own. Saying he doesn't need Paul Heyman. He doesn't need Braun Breaker. He doesn't need Bronson Reed, but he chose them and they chose him. That might have gone into the decision to do the turn last night. Or rather, last night in Australia or whatever, however you want to look at that. But we had them kick off the show. The turn would happen later in the show. We had Dominic Mysterio defeat Penta in an Intercontinental Championship match. Rusev and Penta had a backstage segment before that match where Rusev told him that it should be him facing Dom once again because Penta got involved. Nancy Ibarra, hey, what's up? Be sure to subscribe and double tap the screen. All 19 of you that just joined in, double tap the screen, much appreciate it, and subscribe here if you are a wrestling fan or sports fan. I'm very behind on my shows right now, so we also talk about movies and entertainment here. The wife and I did just spend the entire weekend watching the Terminator series, so we both have had some crazy thoughts on what they did with the with that series and that franchise. I can do more on that later. Nancy Ibarra, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and double tap the screen to leave a like and send it out into the algorithm to get more people here with us today as we review Monday Night Raw, preview NXT, and review Crown Jewel as well. Rusev did tell us that he is the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship, and we do know he will face Dom next week on Raw, as will Becky Lynch will defend her Intercontinental title against Maxine Dupree next week on Raw. So we have 2 Intercontinental Championship matches scheduled and booked for the flagship next week. Then we had Lyra Valkyria and Bayley defeated the Judgment Day. I believe Stephanie Vaquer came out and called out Roxanne about something. I'm not too sure. I didn't get to watch it. And then we had Bronson Reed defeat Jimmy. Jay did come to his aid, and of course that probably led into why Jay lost in the main event for the triple threat match to determine the number one contendership for Seth Rollins World Heavyweight Championship. To the 4 people that are watching, thank you for tuning in and staying here. Please double tap the screen. The goal right now is to get 10 likes since we are only at 1. Normally we have a little bit more than this right now, but hey, that's okay. I've been out of the game for a little bit here, so we do what we can with what we got. I appreciate everyone that's here now. And if you watch it on the replay, be sure to comment as well. We then go to the main event. CM Punk defeats Jey Uso and LA Knight to become the number one contendership. My grandson watches that scrap. It's fake. Ron Soder. I mean, hey, you want to call it fake? Keep on scrolling because this is primarily what the channel here is about. It's not fake. It's scripted, yes, but it's not fake. The bumps are very real. Injuries are very real. And the competition, the ever-changing of positioning and everything is real outside of them determining who's going to win. And even so, that's determined by the fans and the reaction that they get. So it's great that your grandson watches. But if you don't watch, keep on scrolling because this episode today is going to primarily consist of reviewing and talking wrestling. So thanks for that comment. Deuces. So CM Punk wins, becomes the number one contendership for Rollins title, and then we had the Vision take out CM Punk. We also then had the Vision take out, seeing them over and over again. It's fake. Scripted and fake are different things. The bumps and the injuries are real. The results are predetermined. Yes, it's scripted. Yes, it's a live TV show though, and anything can happen on any given second, any given day. The Vision took out both Rollins and Punk, so it kind of tables their matchup for down the road. Whenever it is they come back, reports are going around that Rollins is hurt, which is why they pulled the trigger on that and did the turn last night. So this, to me, it shakes up everything for War Games, as we now don't know who is going to lead the Vision. or if the Vision's even going to be involved in War Games. Of course, we're going to get to Saturday night's main event before we get to War Games, so I know that it's probably a little too soon to start talking and booking for War Games. But we did see them start to actually talk about it being in San Diego and everything. Tickets are on sale and all that. I was thinking Austin Theory was going to join the Vision and be on Team Rollins. That would bring them to 4. So they would have had to add 1 more. But we will continue to see how they do that. Punk was also taken out, so that matchup is on the shelf. The 1 more Rollins and Punk is on the shelf for to be determined here. That was Monday Night Raw. I didn't get to watch it fully. I just watched the highlights of it to do a little bit of research here, but that was Raw. We got about 20 minutes here left, so we're going to go for roughly 30 today, and then hopefully the full time for tomorrow as we review NXT and preview AEW. Like I said, want to watch NXT, Raw, and SmackDown in one place, be sure to go to use our link from our friend No Dirt Sheets and sign up for Surfshark VPN so you can watch all 3 and the PLEs over on Netflix, all 3 brands of WWE and PLEs on Netflix. By using that Surfshark VPN, you don't have to pay for ESPN. We preview NXT, which was pre-recorded, pre-taped last week, since they are still coming back over from Australia. Production had to go over there and do everything to help there. It's toxic, saucy. Want to see Rollins and Punk so bad. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer. So that matchup is seemingly on the shelf for right now, but we will see when they decide to do that one again. My guess, they could do that for Saturday night's main event, depending on how bad and how severe Rollins' injury is. He apparently hurt it on the coast-to-coast headbutt he did against Cody in the main event at Crown Jewel. That's where that injury comes from. And we will get to that one. I'm sure more updates will come as we progress and build towards War Games or even Saturday night's main event. But for NXT, we have the Battle Royal to determine the #1 contendership to JC Jane's NXT Women's Championship. That match will be at Halloween Havoc, which I did talk about over on Monthly Mania. They didn't do a very good job of saying this is NXT's Halloween Havoc, taking place in the Prescott Valley, Arizona. But that will be determined. We have the AAA Worldwide Championship, or champion Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Lexis King. No idea on if this is a championship match or not. Then we have Josh Briggs versus Matt Cardona, and also Zarya versus Blake Monroe. That is NXT for tonight. Again, it is pre-taped, so avoid spoilers that are out there. We go to the Crown Jewel results. We had Bronson Reed defeating Roman Reigns. We had Stephanie Vaquer defeating Tiffany Stratton. So my thing with this is that both of these were the wrong outcome of the match. I understand why Bronson Reed won. He's in Australia to be the only person other than Cody to pin Roman Reigns in a singles match in the last 5 years. It pushes him into a whole new level or atmosphere of superstardom. He's now getting on the level of a Braun Breaker. These two in a tag team just defeated the Usos, and now Bronson Reed has defeated Roman Reigns. So it does elevate both of them. They are being elevated by Rollins and Roman as well. I know my wife was saying that she hopes that Rollins at this point, is he going to stay involved in War Games? Where are they going to put him? He will have to oppose the Vision. Could they be setting us up to do Roman, Cody, and Seth and the Usos versus Bronson, Braun, and 3 others? Mighty Siblings, what's up? Thank you for tuning back in. I've been very absent the last couple of days just because of how life has been, but thank you for joining us. Please double tap the screen and be sure to subscribe. I think you have already subscribed from the last couple times, last shows that we did. Raul Bronze versus Seth and okay, Dean Ambrose is in AEW. So no Dean, if that's what you're referring to. Mighty Siblings, yeah. Toxic Saucy, bro, that would be insane. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It would be crazy and it would be a swerve, but we got to get through Rollins' injury and see what that's looking like first. Don't know how serious it is as of right now. Don't know if that's the real reason why he was cleared to do the main event part of Raw, but so given that he was cleared for that, don't know how serious it is. Hopefully it's not as bad as what they think. If Dean returns, well, he won't be returning because he is under contract with AEW. Why the Badass and Bronson turn on Seth freaking Rollins? Well, he did kick off the show saying he didn't need any one of them. He chose them all. He took credit for Bronson Reed. He took credit for Braun Breaker and them elevating themselves into the superstars that they are. So that could be why. But also the seemingly reports going around of Rollins being hurt could also be why. So Stephanie Vicaire did defeat Tiffany Stratton. I think that was the wrong choice. Tiffany has been undefeated on one crazy run this year. 25-0 from January when she won the title to now. Has held the title over 280 days and has actually defended the title. Stephanie Vicaire has been champion for 3 weeks now. Has not defended it, I don't believe. So for her to win an exhibition match and become Crown Jewel champion, I get it that they're putting the rocket on her back and sending her to the moon. But, I mean, this is just crazy that they would have her. She is undefeated as well. She's now 18-0. Tiffany is now 25-1. Unofficial match or exhibition style match, since it was just for the title, for the Crown Jewel title, not for their individual titles. Both Raw champions win, which is interesting that they had last year 1-1. SmackDown and Raw, they each won one. I think for War Games, yes. War Games, I don't know how they're gonna set that up and what they're gonna do there. Stephanie is cute, yeah, she's definitely a star. Got the look for sure, but just doesn't have the personality. I know my wife compares her and Damian Priest very well, saying they're the same person with great look, great presentation, but they just don't have a personality and no aura. John Cena also defeated AJ Styles for his 100th career PLE win. Kofi Kingston re-signed with WWE as did Xavier Woods. Woods, who had some comments on the Usos showing up to help Roman, and Roman basically telling them he doesn't want to see them until Thanksgiving. It was funny what Woods was saying on that one, basically given how they did the turn of him and Kof on Big E. So kind of crazy there. AJ Styles is now like I said, the answer to a trivia question. Who did John Cena beat for his 100th career PLE victory? AJ Styles is the answer to that. Why New Day is broken? I watched them for 9 years. Yeah, they finally did the heel turn. Big E is retired because of his neck. We know that. So he probably won't ever wrestle again. He's accepted that. John Cena defeats AJ Styles. Rhea and Io defeat the Kabuki Warriors. Io getting the pin over Rhea in Australia was crazy to me. So that was an interesting choice. And then New Day Rocks. Yeah, you could say that. As their heels, though, they get the New Day sucks chant. But we then had, of course, the main event. Seth Rollins defeat Cody Rhodes for the Crown Jewel Championship on the men's side. And he did so by himself. Not clean, because, of course, he's a heel. He can't do it clean. He had to use the watch that Cody gave him at WrestleMania 40. So who knows where we're going to go with that. what Cody's going to do next, if he's going to take, another 4 weeks off. That's bad. I like both Seth and Cody. Yeah, here we're a visionary. We're fans of the visionary, and we're fans of the OTC. So Cody Rhodes is public enemy number one. And that could very well change if he would just turn heel. If he would turn heel, I would be a fan. I would be all for it. But until then, yeah, not a Cody fan here. Thank you to everyone who's watching. Be sure to double tap the screen and send this out to the algorithm there, and tune in for tomorrow for Wednesday wrap up. We'll preview AEW and Collision as well, as they're doing a special 3-hour show for AEW Dynamite, then going into Collision. That is, of course, ahead of Wrestle Dream this weekend, where we will also preview that, as I'm sure more matches for that are coming. They love to wait to the last minute and make more matches. Cody is good as a babyface? No, he is not. He's good as an ass kisser, and he's good as a politician. But he is not QB1 like he says. He's not box office. He's just not. 12:30 in India, by the way. If it's a little later over there, then I understand. That's why no one's flooding in. We usually get a lot of good chatter going from everyone that's over there and watching. So hopefully they watch on the replay. Tomorrow's my exam. Well, good luck on your exam there, Mighty Siblings. I hope you do well. I'm going to go here for another 20 minutes and wrap it up. So we need heel Cody. Yes. Toxic Saucy. Absolutely. We need heel Cody. 1000%. Need a heel turn for sure. That was pretty much Crown Jewel, NXT, and Raw. We will again go over AEW tomorrow. Both Collision and Dynamite are on tomorrow night, TBS and HBO Max. And then we have Wrestle Dream on Saturday. SmackDown back in the States on Friday. We know that we will see Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. That's about all I know. I think what we have for Friday. I think Cody Rhodes is scheduled to be there again. I don't know in what capacity. Mighty Siblings I need to study. We absolutely have fun and enjoy, and good luck on the test there. Hope you do well. Hope you pass, and let us know how you did. Let us know how you do on the exam there tomorrow. If it'll be after this time, and we'll just come back to this comment come back to this show and comment and let us know how you did. I'm interested and hope you do well. But yeah, we will kind of slow it down here as we wrap up. Gone for about 23 minutes, so good, solid show. Thank you to those who watched. And those who watch on the replay, definitely appreciate it. It's been a crazy week, so gonna do what I can to do more of these so I can start to do more and more of these, and even eventually do this full time here, earning some income here on YouTube as I get monetized, and eventually can get super chats for anyone that wants to support. Can always donate to the stream and donate to the channel here at Sleeper Sports Media by Cash App or Chime. Those will be down below in the comments there. And if you use my code when joining or signing up, we both get some additional funds whenever you use Chime for direct deposit, and same with Cash App as well. Thanks, buddy. Why people don't support you. It is what it is. I'm starting out, and I'm starting to finally try to build an actual audience of people that will support, that will watch either on the replay or live. And this is just the style that I'm doing it. So I do have a bigger following that's been on here. I've been at this for 4.5 years. But that's just from viral shorts and everything. It's not been from building and communicating and talking and building a community in the chat, as we are doing now. So if you do want to support, by all means, I'm not at the point yet where I'm monetized or have super chats unlocked here on YouTube, but my Cash App and my Chime will be down below. So whenever you come back to let us know how you did on the exam, check out Cash App and the Chime sign up, and if you want to donate, by all means, that's what they are there for that. I'm never gonna say you have to. And eventually, whenever I do unlock channel memberships, the price won't be anything crazy. It'll probably be about $5 max. So you pay $5 a month and can get access to bonus stuff, or subscriber only streams, where we just do some streams just for people who pay that $5 a month to support the channel. Don't know when they'll be, but maybe we'll do even more and do watch alongs just for those who pay the $5 $5 a month to support the channel. But Mighty Siblings, I definitely appreciate you tuning in and chatting with us. Again, good luck on your exam. Hope you do well. Again, the Terminator series, my wife and I just watched the entire series and franchise over the weekend, and I gotta say, it was a lot of fun. I haven't watched that franchise in quite some time, as she has not as well. We got through them all. The most recent one came out in 2019, Dark Fate, I believe, was garbage. Hot garbage. They redid the casting. They redid everything that they had just done in I can't even think of what the previous one was called, but they were garbage. They absolutely destroyed that franchise. So Terminator, I hope they do another one. I hope James Cameron is involved in a major way versus however much he was involved before. I know he's working on Avatar 2, so I don't know if we'll ever see another Terminator. I love the franchise and we got super into it, but we were very confused on the second to last one because of the timeline jumping around and everything like that. We will continue to talk about Tulsa King, Landman, whenever that comes out, the new season of that, at SVU, Chicago PD, and Fire. I have not watched any of them yet because of the crazy week that we had last week with my car issues and everything. So more on that tomorrow. Be a big chunk of what we do tomorrow and Thursday as well. Probably will then save all that for Thursday and just review the next couple episodes of Fire and PD, as well as Law and Order SVU. Gonna catch up on 911 as well, after seeing some previews and everything for 911 and now 911 Nashville. They canceled the 911 Dallas or Texas show that they were doing, and now they're doing the Nashville spinoff. So we'll do more of that there. But the Steelers get a big win, which was great. All around great team win. Boswell did miss the field goal at the end, but we were already winning. We already had that one in the bag. The field was in horrible condition. They were talking about that it was going to get resodded right after the game. I don't know how the NFL lets them get away with resodding it after the game and not before the game. Thankfully, it didn't cost the Steelers anything. We were already winning. If anything, that was just Boz's first miss of the year. But Pitt needs to get their own field. I am a Pittsburgh fan for the Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates, but for college, Penn State all the way. Penn State fires James Franklin and as their head coach finally after terrible losses. They moved on from James Franklin, which cannot have come soon enough. But on the other side, Pitt, eat shit, Pitt. Not a Panthers fan at all. They need to get their own football stadium and mess up their own field, as the Steelers should not have to share a field with the college there. They need to get their own field. We're gonna rock here for another 12 minutes before I go back into my lunch is over, and then we'll get set for tomorrow. And Wednesday wrap up and talk more about AEW and preview anything and everything else. Any other news breaks, we'll talk about that tomorrow. As well as some TV shows and some more announcements coming. Again, use Surfshark if you want to watch everything on Netflix. If you want to Also help support both me and No Dirt Sheets. Oh man. That would be the way to do it, as well as not having to pay for ESPN. Also can support the channel by donating via Cash App or Chime. Those links will be down below in the description, uploaded here after the show gets re-uploaded to YouTube. So be sure to go watch the replay and leave a comment and all that good stuff. Double tap and share it out. Uh, Subscribe. We are trying to grow and build an actual community here. That and feel free to use the community tab. Anyone can post on my channel here, as well as over on Facebook. Join our group on Facebook, Sleeper Sports Media. Basically, if you type in Sleeper Sports Media or me, look for me on any social platform: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, anything and everything. You'll be able to find me there. And the brand that we are building here. Tired Sports Network, shout out to them. Shout out to Josh over at Lace Them Up Sports Media. No Dirt Sheets, Championship Harvest. We're doing great things over there on that channel. That channel is going to have coverage on MMA, the UFC, boxing. We'll do a little bit of boxing here as we get closer to Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. And we will, of course, get closer to that and bring more coverage on that as we get closer. PFL, tried it, but it's tough to watch with them since they do a lot of events overseas and it's weird with the timing. But we will do our best for boxing and UFC and PFL. More coverage on that is going to be over at Championship Harvest, as I said. A lot of independent wrestling coverage over there as well. Soon bringing independent coverage here, local indie scenes in the Sanford, North Carolina area. To the channel here as we do more. Have a meeting on that tonight, so more on that coming for their next event on October 25th. We'll do some previews or some interviews, so stay tuned for all that stuff involving some independent promotions down here in North Carolina. As we have about 10 more minutes before I head back in and wrap this one up. So thank you for the 4 likes. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that tuned in, and I hope that the next stream tomorrow we get more people back. Maybe it's timing wise when I went live and scheduled this one for, but we'll be updating the channel here more as I decide when I do these and find a good time to actually get people in them. Definitely appreciate Toxic Saucy and Mighty Siblings for being a part of the chatter here. Thank you guys. Thank you, Raul, and everyone else who joined, who's going to watch back on the replay, and who's going to donate or support the channel in any way. Cash App or Chime, they'll be listed below. Also go over to Tired Sports Network and subscribe and support them. Show some love to No Dirt Sheets, Championship Harvest, Tired Sports Network. Follow us all across all of our channels. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, everything and everything here on platforms, bringing you all the best coverage for anything you could think of: the WNBA, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, the NFL, the WWE, AEW, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Collision, pay-per-views, PLEs, boxing, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, KSI, Misfits, and everything under the sun for the crossover scene. Amanda Serrano and MVP, Most Valuable Promotions, everything that you can think of. Whenever there's something going down, coverage will be had here. This should be your first and only stop for anything coverage-wise on all those things I just listed, as well as movies, media, TV and entertainment, TV shows, Tulsa King, Landman, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Law & Order SVU. All of those fantastic. I'm going to finish this one up a little earlier than I anticipated, unless the person who's here wants to have some conversation. The 2 people that are here, be sure to double tap the screen and get us into the algorithm, like the screens here, and we will be back again tomorrow for Wednesday wrap up. We're going to talk about AEW. We're going to talk about the TV shows and everything that I talked about earlier. So until then, for Sleeper Sports Media, No Dirt Sheets, Tired Sports Network, Championship Harvest, I'm in correspondence with all those great channels. All those great people are friends of mine. Everything. Support me, supporting them. So please go and support us all by using the appropriate links and everything as I talked about. Until tomorrow, I'll catch you guys then for Sleepers. We go.